Hello, everybody. Welcome back to season 2 of Balls Out Sports Podcast. As per usual, that is Jerry. I am Remy, and we are here to bring you guys sports news, sports facts, sports entertainment, and let's get right into it. We're a little late due to the fact that we're kind of lined up with the NBA schedule. We're a little late to it, but what do we think of the World Series? Right now, LA Dodgers leading the New York Yankees 3-1. Game 5 tonight at 7:08 Central.
It's a very specific time.
Yeah, what do you think of what's been going on in this series? What do you think is going to happen tonight? And yeah, overall thoughts.
It was, from the beginning of the season, everybody knew like the Dodgers was gonna be in the World Series because they were just a super team from the beginning, especially because they signed Ohtani.
Ever since they signed, that dude Ohtani.
So yeah, but the crazy thing is they're up 3-1, and Ohtani has really been a ghost this series because like since game 1. Probably the only thing good that he's done is probably like game 1. He hit a double and he scored off of that later on. But other than that, since that he hasn't had any RBIs, no home runs. But he hurt his shoulder. He separated his shoulder in game 2, trying to steal second.
Mm-hmm.
So it's visible that he's hurt. Like, so you could tell he's uncomfortable in his swing.
Right, and it's affecting his game.
Yeah, and when he runs the base, he makes sure he hold his shoulder. So, but on the others, in New York's case, shout out to LA's pitchers. Their pitchers have been really good this series. The Yankees, Aaron Judge, I don't know, he just gone. But through like the first 3 games or something like that, they had like 7 runs total, the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
And then, last game they came out win or go home, scored 11.
Right.
So I think they bounced back. I still think they have a chance to win it, but
I mean, in any sport, that is the hardest game to win. That pack them up and go home game. Just because, I mean, the other team just really doesn't want to get swept, no matter what it is, especially not in a championship game. So yeah, I'm looking right here. Probable pitchers for tonight. We're looking at Jack Flaherty for the Dodgers. How would you feel that he'll be able? I mean, obviously in this new age, you never close out a game by yourself. But how do you think he'll be able to close out the Yankees if he is the one pitching tonight?
Is it a home game? It's in LA, right?
No. It's in New
York. New York?
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a very hostile crowd again, especially after they threw that last fan out for trying to steal Mookie Betts' arm.
Yes, we were just talking about this before we started recording, and I've never seen that. I've seen plenty of videos of fan interferences that were controversial here and there, but they called the fan interference. That was not the controversial part about it. Mm. It's the fact that this dude literally has 2 full greasy hot dog hands on Mookie Betts' glove,
blatantly,
like
on camera. I mean, the whole stadium.
No, he's gaining his little bit of fame and notoriety. As you mentioned, he got interviewed just after he got kicked out of the stadium. Just due to the sheer fame that he gained from that moment. I mean,
he gonna start a podcast or something.
I mean, how ballsy of that man to grab the glove like that. He could have walked away with a pretty nice souvenir, but it is what it is.
Punched. A lot of stuff could have happened.
Yeah, but who's gonna punch him? Not Mookie.
You never know.
That's the thing. There's too many New York fans around to get punched. This was in LA. You know he wouldn't have had the balls to do it. You can't.
I think New York changed the momentum though a little bit, so I think they might win tonight. Mm-hmm. If they win tonight, it's a good chance they can win the series still. But they gotta get Aaron Judge going. They gotta get him some hits.
And so is this the year for Aaron Judge to win his ring? Because he's an all-time great. You can't deny it. The only thing that people hold against him is the lack of a championship.
I don't think so. He's there for a while. He just signed. What did he sign? Like a 10? I think like a 10-year contract or something like that. Yeah, he's fine.
He's
as long
fine.
as he stays, I think as long as he stay healthy, they have a chance to always win with him.
So is it one of those things where as long as he gets a championship,
Yeah,
in his New York tenure, he's good? Or
he's going down like as one of the greatest already, regardless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's like if he doesn't win a championship, he'll just be like a Charles Barkley type.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Charles Barkley is,
but the thing is with Charles Barkley, if you look
greatest.
at the franchises he played for, a little bit different from the New York Yankees. That's the only reason that I think potentially, it's like equivalent to the Lakers in basketball, where it's like, no, it's cool doing great in our uniform, but like, where's our championship?
They got
that
like
you gave us
strict ass rules, like where like I think they can't like chew gum. They can't like they have to shave their faces.
Yeah,
they can't have no beards or nothing.
Yeah,
like they got some crazy rules over there.
Yeah, no beards. They're allowed a mustache, but it has to be a well trimmed mustache. It has to be kept up. And I just recently heard of the one chain rule. I know that, athletes like to rock their jewelry.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much NBA, just because you can't wear jewelry during the game, but baseball players and football players love to rock their jewelry, and the Yankees have, had this one chain rule for a while. And I think it's interesting, but it adds to the level of professionalism of the club, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
So
they don't play over there in New York.
No, they do not. So then predictions for tonight.
I think the Yankees take it.
Vegas seems to agree with you. I mean, I'm looking right here, 56% odds of winning for the Yankees.
I gotta get up and watch that. I'm gonna be tuned into that game for sure.
Tune in at 7:08 p.m.
And they don't lie like the other sports. They say 7:08. They started at 7:08.
That's when that pitch is getting thrown.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, with this being really the only news in baseball, can you think of anything else? Or I guess, are you impressed with the home run streak, the Freddie Freeman home run streak in the World Series?
Yeah, that's a cool little streak. Hopefully, he can lock that in with a championship. I mean, regardless, it's still history. But if he get a championship to go with it, that'll be nice.
Right, absolutely. It's kind of similar to that. What was it? That 2016 Golden State Warriors, where it's like, yeah, sure, you get that 73-9, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't get the ring.
Yeah.
So we are now moving into the NFL world, which has been absolutely crazy these past couple of weeks. The upsets that we've seen, the crazy finishes that we've seen, the Hail Mary that we've seen, and now we have a quarterback that's tapping out of games.
Who?
Anthony Richardson.
Oh. Yeah.
For the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have confirmed that Joe Flacco is going to be starting this Sunday for the Colts.
Joe Flacco be getting passed around.
Poor guy. No, but he does well everywhere he goes, so I don't see that as a bad thing for him.
Yeah, he's still in the league. Yeah.
He's like
I swear he was just on the Jets, bro. And then he went then he was on the Browns, right? I think
Joe Flacco was on the Browns, yes.
I know he was with us for a short amount of time with the Jets.
It's a good question. Let's look currently at Joe Flacco.
A lot of places. Baltimore. Well, that's where he was already at.
Yeah, that's where he started. So yeah, he's going to be the starting quarterback against the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings, man, they won 5 in a row, 5-0, and then they lost their last 2.
There we go. That's the team I couldn't think of. That's why I was a little silent. I was thinking Denver. That's where he was in between Baltimore and New York. But yeah, just one season in Denver. Played 8 games that year. So
Hey, that's good.
yeah. Yeah, but anywho, Anthony Richardson, after a play, literally does the universal symbol, taps his helmet, walks off, and comes back in one play later. Has Joe Flacco run a run play because he didn't have any kind of warning or warming up session. So he literally just walks in, they call a run play, they run the play, and Anthony Richardson goes back in. Several pro athletes have had their opinion about that, but what do you think that shows? What kind of message does that send to the rest of the team?
So what did he do? He like, what does that mean? He tapped his helmet.
Yeah,
like,
he was like, "Coach, sub
out.
me out." Like literally, it was a second or third down, I believe, and he ran. He in the middle of a drive just was like, "Hey, I'm not running this next play. Can you sub me out?" Which is something that you'll see, potentially a wide receiver that just got hit really hard.
Yeah.
A lineman, maybe towards the end of the game is like, all right, I need this one play or else I'm not going to be able to finish this game for you.
You're not going to make it far in the league like that.
Yeah, this is year 2. This is a 23-year-old man, I believe.
Nah, that's not good.
So, yeah, understandably, I can totally see why they would want to start Joe Flacco. I mean, just even if it is just to literally like kind of kick his ass in a spiritual way, like be like have him realize like, oh damn, I need to step this up. This is not college.
It's on him. He either got to use it as motivation, or he either gonna use it as motivation, or he gonna use it as, man, he hating on me.
Right, and this could be the last of Anthony Richardson. Even though he was a top 5 pick last year, just literally a year ago. So yeah, it's something that you can correct, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it also is the type of thing that we saw that on national television, and yeah, people remember that kind of stuff, as it is kind of still part of his first impression as only a second-year quarterback in the league. I don't know why I talked about that so much. I thought that was kind of major news. I don't know. As a guy who ran cross country, just don't give up. Like, I didn't give up, and I was running by myself. You got 53 people counting on you. You can't be giving up in that kind of situation. So Carolina Panthers, after benching Bryce Young earlier this season, after a poor start, are starting him again. Andy Dalton injured, Bryce Young starting for the Panthers. Do you think that he can, how do I put this, kind of regain his starter's role on this Carolina Panthers squad during the injury, or do you think he's just there as a backup right now?
Who?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
I think it doesn't even matter at this point, because they're most likely not gonna make the playoffs. You basically saying, like, do you think his time to prove himself is up?
Yeah, well, do you think that this right here is, kind of the only time that he's going to have to prove himself? Because
yeah, I think he's going to be gone possibly after this season. Can he be traded?
Everyone can be traded. There's the NFL.
Oh, it's not like the NBA. I don't really know.
I don't think there is
contracts.
no trade clauses in the NFL, but
I don't know too much about NFL contracts. I know that their money is not like guaranteed, right? Like NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, there's a guaranteed amount, and then the rest is kind of year to year. See if you play the whole season, if you weren't injured or whatnot, and yeah.
So he didn't play any snaps that one game. They didn't start him.
Which game? This previous game?
You said they didn't start him one game, right? Like they benched him?
Yeah. They had Andy Dalton playing.
Damn.
He was the backup quarterback when they first started this season. Andy Dalton was listed as the backup, and then now starter for the Carolina Panthers after benching Bryce Young, just due to an underwhelming start to the season. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so he's trash.
Yeah, that's the non-politically correct way of saying that. So here's something that I find kind of interesting. Due to overhype, perhaps, I'm going to call it expectations. That sounds way better. The New York Jets, as you noticed,
Yeah.
were given a lot of primetime games. You know, some Sunday night football, some Monday night football. And so they play tomorrow night, I believe. Hold on, let me look at...
Yeah, the Texans.
Yes,
right.
they play the Texans tomorrow night for Thursday night football. Obviously, the NFL didn't see this coming. I don't think they expected the Jets to be 2-6 coming into this matchup. What do you think happened in between, the expectations that we had for this Rodgers-led Jets team and what we've actually seen so far this season?
We got Rodgers too late just in general.
Just in his career?
Yeah, we got him too late. Also, I think he's not as great of a leader anymore, if he ever was. I don't think he does a good job leading his team. As a quarterback, he gotta be that guy. But he's like blaming everybody else. He got the damn coach fired.
I think it's kind of funny because I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, my TV's missing the yellow pigments in it. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, this isn't the Packers. Because I'd be seeing Lazard. I'd be seeing Devontae Adams. I'm like, is this the 2017 Packers again? No, but it's kind of funny seeing those guys out there. I thought that, I don't know, if you play enough ball with someone, you kind of know what they're going to do, where they want to be, where they want you to be in the receiver's case. And yeah, I kind of saw this going a totally different direction.
Our O-line is hurt too. We got a couple guys on the O-line hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so.
But still, your defense was supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league.
Quiet.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that the New York Jets are playing all these primetime games, and they're not looking like the way the NFL thought they were going to look.
Yeah, finally got that contract situation figured out with Reddick too. So he bought the play, I think, this week, tomorrow.
Yes, I saw that. So what was it? Did you see how many years it was?
Nah, I just saw that he finally got it together.
Let me look it up. There we go. I knew there was 2 A's somewhere. I couldn't remember if it was the first A's or the second. Which I guess the second is an O, so I was wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure. It is not telling me here. But yes, it does say that he's active, so that's good. He's going to be playing tomorrow night.
Hold on. Yeah, I can't find it either. What the hell? He hit it from the internet.
Right, he didn't want people pocket watching him. So I gotta say, a division that has pleasantly surprised me this season is the NFC North. With the worst team in the NFC North still having a winning record, which I'm looking at every single other division, there isn't a single other division where that's the case.
Yeah.
The Bears are 4-3.
Yep.
And they're the 4th team in the NFC North.
And they had a couple close games that they should have won, so.
Yes, and let's get into one of those games. What do we think of the Hail Mary from the young man, Jaden Daniels?
I don't think I saw that. Was that one where they missed a penalty? They missed a late penalty.
No, I'm talking about the Commanders to beat the Bears by 3. Jaden Daniels with, I think, 3 or 4 seconds left, scrambles for 13, throws the ball into the end zone, gets tipped by a Bears defender, lands into the lap, or literally into the chest of a Commander's
Oh, when the guy was showboating?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. With number 29 on the Bears.
I saw it, yeah.
Was not doing his job.
But is it really that bad, though? Like, he did tip it, but he did also, like, that tip did also cause them to
Yeah, but if
catch
he's paying attention to the play, he's where he needs to be sooner, and he doesn't tip the ball. He swats it down.
I feel that.
Because you can tell, like, oh, shit, play's going on. I'm running. Ooh, I see the ball. Run, jump, tip. He would have already been there. He would have boxed out a guy. He would have, been able to get a full hand on it instead of just getting the fingers and the ball kind of twirling backwards. He would have been able to get the hand, and as the ball's coming down, just full swat down, which is what they teach you to do in that scenario. And I've only seen it one time where it got batted down and someone was right there waiting for it in front of the guy who batted it down. But yeah, no, that was an absolutely devastating loss. The Bears did the best they could to come back. And yeah, it was very funny. Just before the Hail Mary happens, you hear the commentator say, well, barring a miracle, this is going to be an absolutely devastating loss for the Commanders.
Did you see there was a POV of the crowd? There was a guy doing an interview right on the last play of the game, and he's interviewing a Commanders fan. He's like, how do you feel about this game? He's like, He's like, in reality though, like I still feel like we won. And then everybody starts going crazy. He turns around, he's like, yeah, see, I told you we won. Yeah.
There's a reason why he felt like they won. It's because they truly had.
Yeah.
So yeah, Washington Commanders actually leading their division. How do you think that's going to end up with the division being, of course, the Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants? Do you think the Commanders are going to be able to stay atop that division, and therefore unlock a playoff spot, or do you think the Eagles could potentially fight for that?
It's possible. I think it just depends on the rest of their schedule. But the Eagles are gonna do what the Eagles do. The Cowboys have been cowboying.
So I'm looking at their schedule right now. The Commanders, they play the Giants next, and then they play Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys. That's their next 4.
Giants is a W. And then you said Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys.
Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys.
Those are all winnable games for them.
These are all winnable games.
Maybe like, let me see. That was a span of what, 4 games?
Yes.
I think
and then later on,
on,
their last 2 of their last 3 games are also against the Eagles and the Cowboys. So they haven't done any. Pretty much the only divisional game they've had so far is one Giants game early in the season.
They can go like 4-2 in the span of those last games.
Yeah,
they can go like 4-2. The Cowboys, I don't really see them turning their season around like that. And the Giants are, come on now, they're dog shit.
It's a beautiful way of putting it. No, ever since they lost Saquon Barkley, it's definitely hard to take these Giants.
And what was it, last week
seriously.
They played them? Last week the Eagles played them, the Giants. He's
yes,
stepped all over them.
Yes. Wait. No, not. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago they played them and won 28-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Bengals last week, by 20. So yeah, and so now here's the surprise in this NFC East team, the Dallas Cowboys in 3rd place with a losing record of 3-4. What do we think of the Cowboys? Because I'm of the school of thought that no injuries, Cowboys are good.
Yeah, Dak and CD gotta get their chemistry together, I think.
But like, name another receiver on the team.
True.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's hard to have chemistry when you only have one guy to throw the ball to. It makes it easier for the other team to to game
Lock you
plan.
up.
Exactly. There you go. So yeah, I think with their defense, the way their defense is and how good they are when they have everyone 100% is the type of thing that can genuinely turn their whole season around. So I don't know when they're getting those guys back though. That's the thing. I don't know when Micah's coming back. I know he's supposed to come back this season.
He need to stay off that podcast.
So no podcast during the season?
I don't think players should do podcasts during the season or even while they're players at all.
Not while they're players?
Unless you're going on somebody else's podcast. I don't really think you should do that. Shit, even then.
But you only work like 6 months out of the year. What do you do the others? Just go on vacation?
Vacation, play golf, fucking go to Chuck E. Cheese someday. I don't know.
But I think so here's the thing. If you wait to get invited on someone else's podcast to share a narrative, I'm gonna take an example. Patrick Beverly throwing that ball at that fan, right, in the crowd. If he has to wait to get invited on someone's podcast, you know it's going to happen eventually. But if he can just literally on the way home turn on his iPhone, flip the camera, clip his little mic right here and say, hey guys, here's what happened. Here's why it happened. Here's what he said to me or to my teammate, et cetera, et cetera. He has a way to kind of control the narrative versus, hey, remember when I was a player 16 years ago? Oh, thank you for inviting me on my on your podcast. Here's what happened.
Well, for that specific situation, he was wrong in every way, so it didn't matter.
Yes, it's a very different example, but Draymond Green. Literally, anytime anything happens on the court, he has a way to explain what's going on. With him, it's also a little bit different because of what he does on the court.
And do you have Twitter?
Yeah,
they fry him after every single time he does that, bro. Every time he has a game and then he goes on his podcast right after the game, they fry him on Twitter.
But I'm thinking in my head, if Jeff Teague had his podcast while he was in the league, that man's popularity would have skyrocketed because he's a fucking hilarious dude. He's so funny. His storytelling, the way he says stuff, and also what he does in those stories is so funny that imagine if you have Jeff Teague talking about, losing to LeBron, not 12 years later, like the day after. Damn, yeah. Well, we had the game in Atlanta last night, Game 5. We lost. So, yeah, at least we don't got to fly home. I mean, is Jeff Teague. He would have found a way to make money off of it, grow his popularity, and yeah, I think if you're not an all-star and it's a way for you to make extra money, go make extra money.
I feel that if you're not an all-star, I feel that. But stars and stuff, I don't think you'll be a star. Like if you want to settle for that, being a role player and shit, fuck it, I'll be a role player and go do my podcast. But
right, I guess you don't see Jalen Brunson, I think, is the only star with a podcast. Ever since LeBron's podcast got discontinued due to his co-host becoming his coach.
Yeah. But do they record during the season? Do they do that? What is it called?
They were last year. Oh, Jalen and
the roommates.
Good question.
I think that's what
that's a good question. Let me look up on YouTube right now.
Like even PG, people be on PG top. They be like, bro, why are you recording a podcast? You shooting on the side of the backboard, bro. You can't even stay healthy, bro. Why are you on a podcast? Like they be saying all types of, I'm not saying they right, but they be saying all types of shit.
So it looks like they posted their last full episode 6 days ago, which I believe
who knows when
was before the season started.
Yeah, that might have been actually the day the season started.
Yeah,
but
1,
possibly.
2, 3, 4, 5. No, it was the day after 2 days after the season started, because the season started on a Tuesday. So I guess,
Right.
yeah, they will be posting episodes throughout the season. I believe they were last year as well. Yeah, they definitely, but they waited until the end of the season to have like Tibbs. They had their coach on. They waited till the end of the season for that kind of stuff, but yeah, definitely interesting. Draymond does it during the season. Pat Bev does it during the season.
Well, Pat Bev plays in what, Israel or something like that.
I believe he's in Turkey right now.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
yeah, he plays somewhere.
Actually, it's very easy to find out.
I think probably
Oh,
Mike,
they won't tell us.
Mike is the
Man.
only one in the NFL that has a podcast. Like that's the playing.
Yeah, does CJ Stroud have his own, or was he a guest on there or a co-host? What's their deal?
I thought they was together, like on a co. Yeah, I thought they was co-hosts.
Yeah,
I guess not.
I mean,
Oh, Travis Hunter too. Well, he doesn't have a podcast. He does streaming, and he's not in the NFL yet.
yeah, no, he's not a pro. He's not a pro.
But he streams and he does like vlogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, yeah, if you think about it, there's absolutely no chance in hell you're catching a Kobe Bryant with a podcast if podcasts were a thing 10 years ago.
Nah.
I guess he
But
retired
you-
almost 10 years ago.
But you're right though. It is extra income, and then people be nowadays. It's like the rappers be wanting to be streamers, and the streamers be wanting to be rappers, and everybody. Be wanting to
Everyone
be
just wants a
everybody.
different job, yeah.
Basketball players want to be rappers. Rappers want to be basketball players. Football players want to be basketball
Yep.
players. Like
Yep. No, I get it. And
everybody want to make baseball money.
just be a translator.
Yeah.
You can make baseball money. Sorry. Too soon?
What?
Too soon? Or I guess, was it a translator? Yeah, interpreter is a translator. That's what happened with Otani's guy. So where were we? We just finished talking about this. Boom.
We're talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, so I guess I'm shifting. Another surprise for me is the fact that, I mean, technically they're tied, but Arizona Cardinals
Yeah.
are at the top of the NFC West, making it the Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams. If you had asked me at the start of the season, I would have thought that they would have been either third or fourth. But they're at the top. Three-way tie with San Francisco and Seattle. So it's not going to stay that way for long. But pleasantly surprised by the Cardinals, for sure. Their rookie is absolutely killing it.
Check them out.
Dude, I swear every single week he'll have one of the best, if not touchdown catches, just catches, period. Yeah, of the day. It's pretty crazy. Marvin Harrison, let's see what he had last game.
I gotta check them out. 4-4. 49ers. The
Last game,
49ers
6
are-
receptions for 110 yards.
That's good.
I mean, he's a rookie, you know?
Decent.
He's doing this thing for
Decent.
a rookie. But yeah. Let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for. The NBA. As the NBA started literally 1 week ago yesterday from the time of filming, stuff's been happening. We are 4 games in. I believe every single team has played their 4 games, but not sure.
No, not everybody.
Not
But
everybody's
the-
played. Oh yeah, some teams have only played 3 games. I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
most teams have played their 4 games. Yeah, there's only like 5 or 6 teams that haven't played. Okay. And so I want to do a little segment of this thing that I like to call trend or dead end. And I'm a list a team and their position right now in the NBA. And I want you to tell me if that's a trend or if that's a dead end.
Yeah, I bet.
Orlando Magic, third in the Eastern Conference.
I'll say trend, and you want to know why?
Yeah, no, we definitely got to talk about why these are trends or dead end for sure.
Okay. Right now, the damn, I don't want to really talk about the other teams because we got to get to them too. But
Yeah, the reason why you're going to describe why they're going to be third is because of what they have on their team. You can't be knocking other teams or comparing them to other teams in this. It's got to be
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Magic have first of all, they added KCP.
Mm-hmm.
KCP shot almost 40% threes last year. He has a championship. He knows what it's like to win. So that's a very good addition to have around all those really good young players. They got Wendell Carter Jr., they got Ben Carroll. You seen Ben Carroll just had 50 the other night.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing anymore. He's not playing with them
By the
anymore.
way, last person to score 50 in a Magic jersey, do you know who that was?
Shaq, right? I think it was Shaq.
No,
Was it
after that.
Dwight?
Before that, Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac? Damn.
T-Mac, I think in like 2003,
Four or
three
five.
or four.
Four,
Yeah, like
2004.
the probably a scoring champion years.
Yeah,
But
so they got a really good young team. They got Cole Anthony, the Wagner Bros,
love Franz Wagner. Love love all the Wagners.
Jalen Suggs. They're good, so I'll go trend. I think they can be like, they got potential to be a top 5 team in the East.
Okay, so we're gonna call that a trend for sure. Switching over to the West, Golden State Warriors at 5.
Oh, I just watched the Warriors play the Pelicans last night, and the Warriors look trendy, and especially without, they didn't even have Curry, bro. They didn't even have Curry, but I will tell you one thing: I love Buddy Hield. People have been sleeping on Buddy Hield because he kind of been bouncing around the league. He didn't really find a home. I think he found a home here, because that's.
But it wouldn't have been his home last year, though. That's the thing. With Clay being there last season, it wouldn't have been the perfect fit for him, and now it kind of is.
That's what I was about to say. Like, that's as good of a fit, like a replacement for Clay, that they could have found. Because number one, he's got multiple 3-point championships, multiple years of where he led the league in 3-point shoot percentage.
I think he had a year where he led it in makes as well.
Yeah,
in total makes.
He can shoot that motherfucker. But he's always on teams where the coaches don't really give him the minutes that he deserves, because there's always, because of his position.
Right.
His position is always deep, and he's a point guard, shooting guard. You gotta go behind like the James Hardens, the Currys, the Halliburtons, the Maxis, the Kyries, the Lillards, all these guys. You got
all these other all-stars.
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
So absolutely.
I think here with Clay leaving, that was perfect for them. Draymond is Draymond. Podziemski is starting to turn a little bit, show a little something. Moses Moody finally getting minutes. Kevon Looney's been good. What's the other guy? Kuminga's good. They benched him though, so I think they're gonna get rid of him soon.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening internally with Kuminga.
Yeah,
obviously within the organization. But last year they were talking about wanting him as a strong second option.
Yeah, he played very well last night.
Yeah, I don't know many second options that get benched. Like, think about it. Even if you do think, oh man, we're not as deep of a team due to injuries, it's very rare that second option just becomes a 6-man just because you want your bench to be better. Like, I've never seen them bench Cat and tell Anthony Edwards, be like, hey, you do the first unit, Cat, you do the second unit.
Wait, it was trendy or what?
Huh? Trend or dead end?
Trend or dead end. I think I might switch it to dead end because they don't have a solid big man yet.
Oh, so you think they might slide down?
Yeah, they don't have a solid, like, they can only get so far without that.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying. Back to the East. Milwaukee Bucks at number 14 in the East with a record of 1-3 right now.
Dead end.
Really, dead end? You think that's going to change?
I think it's gonna be a very up and down season for them. Because Dame and Giannis don't seem to be on the same page. And in all honesty, it kind of was like that since Dame has got there.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't like as. I don't think they was making the comments that they was making publicly when this type of stuff was happening last season. And then also they dealt with a lot of injuries last season, so it was
Yeah, I remember seeing Chris Middleton trying to carry his team through a playoff series on one leg.
and he did a pretty damn good job.
He damn near did it. That's for sure.
And Dame. Oh yeah, and Dame got hurt too. Then Giannis was hurt. He missed.
No, everyone was missing.
Everybody was.
The whole squad was gone.
This year, I think that really threw them off. They probably didn't really get enough time to really get to know each other and bond and play together and get to know each other's game. So, yeah, I'll say
I guess my
end.
issue is, who did they add this offseason?
They're the same exact team as last season. That's the thing.
And so that's my problem, is that teams that don't really add anything,
yeah,
you rarely see them get better like that year after year if you don't change the roster. Just because, I mean, if a coach could game plan for you last year, think about how easy it is for him to game plan for the same exact squad 2 years in a row. He knows what you guys are doing. Everyone knows what you guys are doing. You've been doing it forever.
All they got was Gary Trent Jr.
That's not a big enough addition, in my opinion. That's a good 12 points per game, but it's it's not what they need. So dead end, in your opinion, trend in my opinion, because I don't think they're going to be able to be in those guaranteed playoff spots. They're not going to be in the top 6 seeds, I don't think.
Nah, me either.
Now, Denver being number 12 in the West, trend or dead end?
It depends on for me, it depends on what they do at the trade deadline.
But who do they trade?
It gotta be Westbrook. It has to be, and then maybe you can toss
Maybe
Michael
Brown,
maybe Porter Jr. in there, or maybe Christian Brown.
Yeah. I was definitely not thinking of Michael Porter Jr., but that's good trade value. So I see why you I see why you think that.
Cause you just paid Aaron Gordon. You just paid. You're not gonna. You damn come on. You're not trading Jokic. You're not trading Murray. Yeah, not everybody else doesn't really have.
You would have to get a crazy package from Murray.
Everybody else don't really have that much trade value. You can probably put some picks or something in there, but think about Denver has a problem with paying their role players. Like, they let go of Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant left, and then he peaked. Then they let go of Bruce Brown. I won't say he peaked, but they needed him. They let him go to Indiana, I think. I don't even think he's at Indiana anymore. Cause they got Siakam. Bruce Brown. And then who else?
Question.
Who else they let go? Somebody else. KCP. They just let go of KCP.
Yes.
They need to pay their role players, bro.
Bruce Brown's on the Raptors right now.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's how Indiana got Siakam.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, but they're dead end. I think. For now, they're a dead end.
So you think that it's a trend, them being at 12?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay,
they'll get it together. Westbrook played good. I think it was last night. He had 22 and he shot really well.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think you can play Westbrook and Nikola Jokic at the same time. Just
not at all.
They do the same thing. They do the same thing. Score, rebound, and assist.
Yeah, it's the same as when when I'm gonna use my team for example. When Ben Simmons and we used to have a lineup where Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton were on it. That shit does not work.
Right.
Because there's not enough spacing because neither of them can shoot. And Ben Simmons can't really do anything. Because this is around a time where he was really, really not confident at all. He was having back problems for real. So,
Okay, so that was Denver at 12, and then let's see. Oh, Houston Rockets at 7.
I like the Rockets. I think they got give them a couple of years, they can make it like a deep playoff run. They got good young players, a really good strict, but I think good coach that can bring the team together. I think he'll bring a good culture to
Yeah,
the team.
they have Ime, right?
Udoka,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, okay.
You got Jalen Green, you got Shengun,
Yep.
you got
I don't know
Dylan.
when Shangun's coming back because I know he hurt himself pretty bad in the middle of last season.
I think
But whenever he comes
just-
back, is
he's back.
he's Shangun?
Yeah, he's been
No way.
playing. I swear he's been playing.
Alperin Shangun. Oh yeah, he is active. Oh yay, that makes me so happy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Jalen Green, you got Dylan Brooks, the Menace, Van Fleet.
Perfect, because I have not
Cam
seen a single
Whitmore.
Rockets game yet this year, and so that's why I was personally very impressed by their records. So
Yeah, they've been playing good. They got that rookie Reed Shepard. They got Tari Eason, Eamon Thompson, Cam Whitmore. They got
and they play the Mavs tomorrow. I'm gonna want to see that. Perfect. So yeah, so that was so I think it is I think it's a dead end though, just for the fact that
the West.
yeah, just for I'm looking at I know I said I wouldn't do that, but I'm looking at who else is in the West. And they just can't sustain that 7 spot. I'm looking at Memphis. I'm looking at Sacramento, looking at Minnesota, looking at the Pelicans, looking at those guys that are all going to be jockeying with those Houston Rockets for that position. And for those, trying to get into that top 6.
I'm not gonna lie though. All these teams are having rocky starts though.
Yes, no, absolutely. I mean, New Orleans have an okay start. They just
Their individual stars have been playing good, but they haven't been closing out games.
Yes, that's
Besides
what I
that,
noticed from last night. That literally, apart from Zion and Ingram, they did not get any help. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anyone else in double digits on the Pelicans
I
from
wish
last night.
I wish DeJounte Murray didn't get hurt.
Who?
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
I wish he didn't get hurt.
Well, I mean that. I don't think that's.
I wanted to see how he was gonna fit in with this team.
See, I don't think he.
I think it would have been like them having a true point guard, and CJ don't have to have too much of that weight of the world on his shoulders of like getting buckets for himself and then also having to distribute to his teammates. It's like he's playing with Dame again in a way.
Right.
Because he got all those guys around him that can score, so he can just worry about getting his. He don't gotta really like, oh, he can't really score like that, so I gotta get him into his spots. And
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Kind of in a sense where it's like where you don't really have to run plays. It's like, hey, just give it to him. He gets his bucket. Give it to him.
Yeah.
He gets his bucket.
yeah, because a lot of his time here, he either he's been injured or Ingram's been injured or Zion has been injured, so he's not really playing with guys who can score like that. He's playing with fucking Jose Alvarado and Herb Jones, like
Right. Yeah.
those
no,
are two defensive pests. Those aren't
exactly
scorers.
what I was telling you earlier. Zion with 31, Brandon Ingram with 30, and then no help from everybody else. 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 9, 6, 3, and 4.
Hey man, when Zion is healthy, he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable.
I mean, 31 points is good. Only thing I did not like about that game is he had a bunch of turnovers. Actually, here, let me look it up. There you go. He had 7 turnovers for 3 assists. I feel like that's a little too much. 7 turnovers. Typically, you would want your team to get about 15 turnovers. You can't have one guy having half those.
You said Zion did that?
Zion 7 last night against the Warriors.
Well, he's.
I'm not saying that that's a trend necessarily.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He has a very bad. They give him a very bad whistle. A lot of his turnovers come from like him. I know he's very wild,
Mm-hmm.
and you know he kind of play reckless with reckless abandon, but he just they don't be giving him foul calls, and he turns the ball over a lot because of that. Because he be getting slapped in the arm when he driving to the basket and he lose the ball.
Kind of like LeBron and Shaq,
Yeah.
like though just a bigger player where
Awesome.
it's hard to see. You don't see the arm move when it gets hit, so you're like, oh,
Yeah.
your arm didn't get hit, obviously.
Yup. Not
Okay.
even just that. I think they just be hating. They be like, "Man, Ryan, you big as hell. You supposed to fight through that content." No, bro. Caught a foul.
Right. What else do we have? Yeah, I guess
So I
Spurs at number 13 in the West. Do you see that as a trend or a dead end? Do you think they're gonna make progress? Because this addition of Chris Paul was pretty highly,
nah. They're
talked
gonna
about
be.
in San Antonio.
They're gonna be a playing team.
Okay, so I think I agree with you. I think this is a dead end. I think they're moving. I think they're moving upwards. I don't think this 13th spot suits them.
Yeah, they're gonna be a
Or
playing
is
team.
representative of, the knowledge that Chris Paul brings to this young squad.
Yeah, they're gonna be like 9 or 10.
Okay.
Most likely 10.
All right, and then this is, I guess I have two last ones, one in the East, one in the West. My Eastern Conference one is 76ers at the 9 seed. Is that a trend or a dead end?
They're going down.
They're going down? Damn, so you seeing this as a trend, them being solo?
Yeah, I don't think Maxi's gonna have like the same type of season he had last season,
Okay.
where he like Embiid went and got hurt, and then Maxi just came out of nowhere. Everybody was like, "Oh, Maxi's doing great.
Mhm.
He's so great. He is. He's good.
I mean,
he's really good.
he's one of those guys who can get you 50 one night,
Yeah, he's really good. But I don't think he's
A
gonna.
few of
do it
those in the
again this
league, by
year.
the way. Not too many 50-point scorers out here.
They need Embiid consistently for them to like stay. We saw it last season. He was going crazy, and then he got hurt, and then they dropped from like what first place I think it was all the way down to like 9th. They
Mhm.
went down far because Embiid got hurt.
Yeah, it's looking like both Embiid and Paul George won't be playing
And you know what's
in
crazy?
tonight's game, which is against the Pistons. So maybe that's a strategic thing. But I know if I'm living in Detroit, I'm pissed because there's a reason why I bought tickets to this game before the season started. It's because y'all dumbasses didn't tell me Paul George and Embiid weren't going to be playing this shit.
Well, Paul George literally got hurt. We saw it happen.
Yeah.
But Embiid, we didn't see it happen.
Yeah, no, Paul George it's definitely a different story.
Yeah.
Um,
Embiid on some Kawhi shit.
but that should be a whole nother reason for, oh damn, hey Embiid, Paul George is like actually hurt. You have to play these you have to play these games, bro. Like
That's like you going to work and it's time for you to clock out and your relief don't show up and your boss is like, oh, well, you got to stay.
no, but like the number of things that you do on a daily basis that could hurt you. Like I get it. Statistically, if you do those things half as much, you are less likely to get hurt doing that thing. But like, damn, we paying you for the whole season. You know what I'm saying? I think it's 14 back-to-back games.
That's a lot of games you get
So I don't know if that means there's 14 sets, so 28 games total back-to-back, or if that means that there's only
gonna play the
14
first.
games that come the day after another game.
Regardless, he's either just going to play the first or the second night of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unless he just plays a less amount of minutes in both of those games, like a reduced amount of minutes.
So if he does that, then already, let me see, 82 minus 15. Damn, so he doesn't even, bro, he's kind of screwed. He gets 2 games of leniency if he wants to win any awards. If he wants to win All NBA, MVP, any of that kind of stuff.
67. So what? 65.
It's a 65 game rule now
Okay.
to win anything. Except for All-Star. He's going to get another All-Star appearance. That's for sure. Because there's no way you're not voting Embiid into that shit. He's too
It's
good.
possible.
Nah, bro. Fans want to see him in there.
I mean, but you never know this. You never know the stars that like. You never know who will break out and be great this year. That can like be
I
like,
see.
you know, new all stars.
Okay.
Because every year, regardless of who makes it, there's gonna be a lot of people that get snubbed.
Right.
It's always gonna
But at
happen.
the, I guess All-Star is positionless, huh?
Oh yeah,
Because I keep
that's
on
true.
thinking
But
about
it's
like
still,
center position and stuff like that. But if it's
still only
positionless,
snub.
that's even easier for your spot to get taken because now you're not competing with other shooting guards
You're
in my
competing
case
with
or
the
centers.
best players in the league.
Exactly. You are now a center, and we tell you, hey, sorry, you're not starting in the West this year because Steph Curry's starting. It's like, wait, hold up. We don't do the same thing. But
Like what?
it's just the way the voting works.
Right. You're gonna have a lineup of like Steph, like just small guys.
Yeah. You could totally get a lineup where the tallest guy in the West is, well, I guess he's not really short, but I was gonna say Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but he's not a big man.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what
not a
I'm saying?
big. Yeah, exactly.
He's a tall man. He's not a big man.
Thank you. I love it when we speak the same language.
Yeah.
So okay, so I think them being in ninth is kind of a dead end, bro. I think they're gonna go upwards. I don't think this is a trend.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Philly.
saying? Philly being in ninth, just because
So you think they're gonna be like what, top 5, top 10, or
I think if I already don't want my players to play back to backs, why the fuck would I want them to play in the play-in tournament and do 2 extra games that they don't need to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm low-key trying as hard as I can to get them into the top 6 of the East, so I don't have to worry about that play-in at all. Or at least that's what I would do personally. But yeah, I think they are gonna move up and get into that top 6 just because it's their. I mean, it's their best bet. Last one. Los Angeles Lakers at number 3 in the West. Is that a trend?
I think they're gonna have a good season up until like late in the season, because their bench is not up to par. It's still not up to par.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You don't think? I guess adding a rookie, you wouldn't consider as a big addition to the bench. But I do like Dalton Connect off the bench.
Yeah, that's another team that didn't really change anything over the offseason other than the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but it's obvious. It's very, very obvious how much the coaching change, like a big of a difference it made.
Yeah, no, that was an impact change. Adding JJ Redick to the coaching staff for sure.
They're gonna be good. He made that team. What he did, he changed the play calling. And he made that team AD's team. That team is Anthony Davis' team finally now, but they still need the assets out because people are still forgetting. No, I don't care how great LeBron is. He's great. He's still 39, bro.
That's very true.
He's still 39, about to be 40. His body is not the same, bro. He's not playing 48 minutes every game for 82 games. He's not going into the playoffs and doing that. It's just not happening, bro.
Right. This is a more realistic basketball player now. This is no longer a 2013 LeBron James where if you stand in front of him, you might regret it.
Yeah, so they got to go out and get some Robins for Batman, or D'Lo got to step up, or they need to get him some trade value, get him out of there, or get Rui out of there. I don't know, but they don't have enough bench scoring though.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I think they're gonna be good this season, but when it come playoff time, when benches actually matter, it's gonna bite them in their ass again.
Well, then, as kind of a follow-up question, because we've talked about a couple of these teams coming up tonight. I'm gonna list off these matchups that are coming up tonight in the NBA, and I want you to just talk about one of the matchups that interests you and what you would like to see / your prediction from that matchup. So tonight we have Raptors at Hornets, Lakers at Cavaliers, Celtics at Pacers, Pistons at 76ers, Hawks at Wizards, Knicks at Heat, Magic at Bulls, Nets at Grizzlies, Spurs at Thunder, Pelicans at Warriors Part 2, and Trailblazers at Clippers. Because I personally want to see this Knicks at Heat matchup. I think that's going to be a great one. With Bam and Cat going at it on the inside, and Josh Hart / Jalen Brunson going at it against Jimmy Butler on the outside.
Yeah, I think I want to watch that too, but
Well, that's mine. Pick another one.
I have to watch the Yankees game at the same time.
That's almost a better pick. I like that.
Who do I have winning that game?
I mean,
I think it'll be a good matchup just because everybody loves playing in the Garden. You know, it's at MSG. The Knicks are 1-2, so they're gonna come out swinging. You know, they at home.
Yeah,
They got something to prove. The Heat 2-1. They got a healthy team for the first time in a while. So
I want to see Cat shoot the three ball a little bit more.
that for sure, but they still. I think they need what the Knicks need to do is basically do like what the Timberwolves did when they got Gobert, like to take that little defensive load off of Cat so he can score more. Because they don't really need him to like be a big act. Because that's not really his game. Like I'd rather him just just be a spot up shooter.
Right. So who'd you want to be your center? Like really?
Bro, you could get somebody like JaVale McGee, bro. Like you don't even need nothing like anything crazy. You could get like a JaVale, like he's solid. You could just get like a solid. Nah, that Nurkic is crazy. No, hell no.
Nurkic is crazy.
Nurkic is crazy. I almost said
isn't he
Nurkic.
on the Suns?
Yeah, he needs to. They need to get rid of him.
Why?
He's trash.
Fair enough.
They literally didn't start him in the Laker game the other day. They started Plumlee instead because
Really?
they already know it. They already know what AD do to him every time.
Damn.
Which is bad.
I like Plumlee though.
Plumlee is solid, bro. You could get Plumlee on the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like he's solid.
Plumlee would like
Jared
it
Allen.
because he played in Brooklyn before, so he knows his way around here.
They should try and get Jared Allen. The Knicks.
Damn.
That would be nice.
He wouldn't even have to move.
Or Claxton.
He wouldn't. You just want the Nets.
Claxton.
Should they just merge teams? Make it easier for you, so that.
Bro, we just need a rebuild. That's all. But I think the Heat go win this game. I think the Knicks just having trouble with the chemistry in the beginning of the season. Everybody finding their footing because it's a lot of stars on that team. Like, Cat was once had his own team. Brunson, this is now his team. Everybody except Josh Hart really has had like their own team on.
Josh Hart went from not having his team on the Lakers to getting dunked on by LeBron the first time he plays the Lakers. And then he just kind of bounced around until he found a perfect fit here.
Shit.
So
Then Bridges coming over, and he was in Brooklyn, and he was the star over there. So
he was in Brooklyn. He did not have to move very far either. So yeah.
So he just everybody just gotta find a way to coexist. Hopefully they make some moves before the trade deadline. I think where did they go last year? They went to the conference finals, right? And lost to the Celtics. Or no, they lost to Indiana.
They lost in the semis to Indiana. Yep.
So they made some improvements. But I think
they're winning tonight against the Heat.
I think the only thing they messed up though was letting Hartenstein go.
Oh, go over to OKC?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
letting go of Hartenstein was not a good idea. They needed him, but I guess they didn't expect Mitchell Robinson to be hurt. But what else can you expect from Mitchell Robinson? Like he's literally always
Yeah,
hurt.
he's injury prone for sure.
But when he plays, he's great. Like he's very useful. So
He's very JaVale McGee-ish, actually, now that you mention it. So.
Yeah, literally. But
So is that who you have as well winning tonight, New York? Or are you taking the Heat?
I haven't watched the Heat much this season, but I think a healthy Heat team is a scary team.
Alrighty. Well, that's our picks for this time. Shit. Well, we'll catch you guys later this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first episode of the second season. We gonna stay crazy, stay wild, stay talking sports. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.